What's up guys, I'm your host Q and welcome to A2 Reviews. To get the most out of this video, please watch all the way to the end, and if you enjoy it, consider subscribing. Today we will be unboxing and doing an overview of the Kershaw Natrix in copper, or simply put, the Copper Natrix. Let's hop right into it. I am stoked to get a look at this knife. I've been waiting to get my hands on it for a while, and I'm really curious to see what's inside this little guy. So let's go ahead and open this and see what we got. So real quick, just my initial thoughts, and then we'll jump right into some specs. So my impression right off the bat is, I really like it. The way it feels in hand. It looks nice. It looks like the hardware is well built. Stonewash on the blade. That frame lock. I don't know, so far I'm liking it. I really am, I'm liking it. So, as you may already know, this knife is based off of the zero tolerance model 0770. I myself am more familiar with the zero tolerance 0770CF, which is their carbon fiber version. I'll pop a picture in real quick so y'all can see that. Let's talk about price real quick. So unlike the ZT, which this is based off of, which can cost $190 plus for the carbon fiber, I paid just $62.95 for this Natrix. To me, that was a pretty good price, and I feel like I got my money's worth so far. I really am digging this sheep's foot-ish type, it is drop point, but sheep's foot-ish type blade. I'm really liking it. This is a stonewash drop point blade. It has a flat grind, plain edge. In this particular model, the blade is D2. See right there, it's D2, which for those of you wondering is an air hardening, high carbon, high chromium tool steel. D2's been around for quite a while. It was popular in World War II. It has great wear and abrasion resistance. It's more of a mid-range steel as far as quality goes. For me personally, I have it in some of my other knives and I really like it. One of the biggest downsides to it though is that these suckers will rust. But as long as you're maintaining that blade, as long as you're oiling it, keeping it dry, just basic maintenance, you're really not going to have that big of an issue. Now moving along, let's talk about this lock a little bit. It's a stainless frame lock, subframe lock. It looks good. It's got a pretty decent purchase on the blade. It really feels good. It's kind of stiff, but this is a brand new knife. So my first impression on the lock is good. Now, as far as size and weight goes, the overall length on this is about 6.5 inches, which is what they say it is. So not huge. 3.75 inches of that is going to be handle. 2.75 inches of that will be blade. The handle thickness on this is 0.4 inches, so shy of half of an inch. And the blade thickness here is 0.11 inches, or just shy of an eighth of an inch. So I've got a scale over here, and I'm curious to see what the weight on this is. If you look at the box, they're saying it's 3.7 ounces. I want to know what this knife is, so I've got a scale I'm going to bring over here. Power it on real quick. Drop this baby on it. And we're coming out to 3.4. Let's pop it off real quick. Pop it back on. See if it says. Wow, that's a variation there. 3.4, 3.5. It's somewhere in the ballpark. My scale seems kind of wonky. I'll have to calibrate it and check that out. But 3.4, 3.5, that's surprising for me because this knife is basically all metal minus this little black backspacer here. For an all metal knife, that's a respectable weight. It's not too heavy, but there's still something there, which brings me to these sweet copper scales. Copper handles really, it's solid copper. Since copper is more dense than steel, when you hold this thing, you really know that you've got it in your hand. As far as liners go, I've read that they're stainless liners, but really if you look inside, I'm not seeing it. This is milled out copper. You can see the milling inside there. I'll do another video on this later and take it apart for you and everything. But they are copper. They're solid copper. And I'm curious to see what kind of patina this thing is going to get over time, you know, with use. Being that the handle is copper, I'm wondering if it's going to be, you know, green or something funky, or if it'll just stay relatively the same. So with that being said, I'm going to EDC this knife for quite a while, and then I'll post an update video when it's showing some patina. Guys, let me know in the comments below what you think is going to go on with this knife, if it's going to change or stay relatively the same. And if you haven't already, go ahead and destroy that like button for the YouTube algorithm. If you're getting value from this video, it really helps my channel and I appreciate it greatly. So anyway, moving on, I want to hit a little bit on the action of this folder. So this knife, unlike the ZT that it's modeled after, it is not an assisted knife, but boy is it snappy. It's an old school flipper, but for me that isn't a major issue since this has those nice KVT ball bearings, which gives you pretty rapid deployment. I mean, that is quick. And as far as I can tell, it's on point with most assisted knives. I mean, I've actually got, also for size comparison, but for speed comparison, I've got just an old school Kalashnikov. So, and this is an automatic. This isn't assisted. This is an automatic. And for size comparison, so there's the Kalashnikov next to it. Anyway, they're relatively, the speed's pretty quick for an old school flipper versus an automatic. I mean, you can really, well, fell apart there, but you can, there you go. We can really get it out. I like the action on this. I think it's good. I really do. So the pocket clip on this, right here, it's a deep carry pocket clip. I really like the looks of it. My only concern is these two screws here. They might catch. I've had deep carries in the past. I like my screws flush. These aren't. It'll probably be okay. Like I say, it is a stainless, deep carry, tip up, reversible pocket clip. Pretty much everything I really like in a deep carry. I kind of like the profile of it, the way it looks. And really that's about it, guys, for this. So quick recap, pretty sweet knife. D2 steel, drop point blade, copper scales, deep carry pocket clip, all for less than $100. If you're interested in getting your hands on one, I'll put a link in the description below. And thanks for watching. Till next time, see you here on A2 Reviews.